welcome to Native Creative episode 2.
I'm Tash and this is Luke.
Hello.
And we are here to talk again about trends, creative trends in the native social landscape. What we're seeing, what we're not seeing, and in particular today we're talking about what big players, i.e. big brands, are doing wrong when it comes to creating creative, so that's social content and particularly paid creative assets, ads and videos for the social landscape. So Luke, what are big players doing wrong when it comes to native or creative creation for the social landscape?
I think it's important to say that not all big players are doing this wrong.
Okay, good point, yeah.
Not all big players are doing this wrong. However, there are the vast majority of them are doing this wrong. Because I think that I don't know where it stems from. It must stem from an idea that actually digital is an afterthought, social media is an afterthought, so actually let's not worry about that too much. Let's put a smaller team on that. Let's spend all our money on TV advertising or print or outdoor, whatever it is. So maybe it starts with the fact that they're not really seeing it as a kind of viable opportunity to generate cash, right?
Yeah.
And following and brand awareness and everything that people want from any
And we
kind of
know that in
advertising.
big businesses and big brands, they tend to be more traditional, and they will have had a team who will have worked with TV advertising or outdoor advertising for say 20 or 30 years. That's what's worked for them. And it's quite hard for large brands to make a big cultural U-turn into saying, actually, a lot of them say, what's really interesting is a lot of people in these brands will say to each other, I did a talk the other day and they were saying, we know tube advertising doesn't work, and I said, well, why are you still advertising on the tube? And they were like, we don't know.
That's where the budgets are.
It's where the budgets are, and they're doing it because it's what they've always done. It's a bit like, why are we still not doing daily exercise?
Because I'm in the peak of physical performance and I don't need to.
So they're doing what they've always done, which is put money into traditional media, print, TV, outdoor advertising.
However, there are some people that are doing it, and what they're doing, well, I guess we saw yesterday when we were looking at some micro documentary content, we started noticing a trend that even the major broadcasters, Channel 4 are quite good at this, they're taking their segment content from the news or their kind of cultural pieces, and they're turning it into 60 seconds native style content. So you've got the graphics, you've got the story being explained via text, you've got subtitles, it looks like it's meant to be on Instagram or Facebook. And I don't know the figures, but I bet you the engagement on those platforms with that style of content is starting to catch up with the engagement they get at 7 o'clock every weekday on Channel 4 terrestrial television.
So what we're seeing is a lot, when we're reviewing advert creators all the time, we see a lot of big brands having really either afterthought, just stick a photo up and hope for it, or something that was created for TV running in the social landscape, versus creating assets that are made for the social landscape based on the fact that it's fast, people are scrolling, attention spans are diminished, people are not really focused, and when you're trying to create assets for that group of people who are scrolling and who are distracted, you've got to have a different approach, right?
And this is why I think when we do, we take these best practices of good content, they tend to be the underdogs and the smaller companies, because the smaller companies are more agile and they can divert budgets and they can employ teams, quickly, that can deploy and create this kind of content and put it in the right place at the right time to the right person. Whereas the bigger companies are like a big cruise ship and they take forever to turn and change and do things. So the smaller guys that are jumping up, and there's lots of beauty brands that you like Sand in the Sky, that kind of come out of the blue, and you compare their digital content to a massive beauty brand like Benefit.
Yeah, Benefits.
Someone like that, who can't be as agile in the content they're putting out and where they're putting it. They're missing a trick, because the other smaller guys, the underdogs, are kind of going, right, okay, well, here's some land that you're not grabbing, we'll have it, and we'll take those customers, and they have it.
And also, I think the other thing that's really interesting when big brands realise this is that it can take. Well, that guy we were talking to today, he had this video done for his brand. It took like 8 months.
Yeah.
And the same with the guys yesterday, and it was a big video featuring loads of celebrities. It'd been like 8 months of filming, sending crews out of production, and that's one video in the social landscape. It's never going to cut it. You can't have, I'm going to spend 8 months or whatever, tens of thousands of pounds and massive crew to make this one asset, because what you actually need is fast micro content that's passing through the environment.
Yeah, 100%.
It's a completely different way of thinking, and that's what most brands are doing wrong. They're putting all their focus on big showcase, TV style, seasonal, four per year, big amazing campaigns, versus what they actually need, which is lots of fast-paced daily content moving through in the paid advertising environment.
100%.